Hi guys, quick announcement. So I've been thinking of how to give back to you guys for all the support last season, so I've decided to hold a subscriber giveaway. So I'll be giving away a Fantasy Football Hub Pro membership and also a Draft Hound Pro membership to 2 lucky subscribers. Now these last for the whole of the 23-24 season, and you'll be able to use them to beat your mini league rivals throughout the season. So as long as you are subscribed, you'll be entered into the draw, and I'll announce the winners on the Game Week 1 deadline stream, which will be coming really soon. So good luck for the draw, and let's get back to the video. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. FPL Consult here, and today we're going to take a look at AI's final Game Week 1 draft. Now, for the whole of preseason, AI's model has been changing to adapt to the information that we are getting during the whole of preseason. So whether that be injuries or goals that are scored by players, and that has all impacted how AI has drafted its team, and that has changed from a 3-5-2 to a 3-4-3 to a 4-4-2, and now we're back at a 3-5-2 again. So today we're going to take a look at AI's draft, and we're going to see if AI has achieved perfection in this draft. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this video, and if you do, please give it a like and also subscribe as well if you are new around here. So this video of course is sponsored by Fantasy Football Hub, and that's where we get our team data as well. The AI model by Fantasy Football Hub has given us this team, so do check them out. The link is in the description, and there are loads of other useful tools like transfer planners, team reviews by experts, articles, player comparisons, and so much more. Alright, so let's get on with this team, and Jason Steele is in goal. Now in the back three we see John Stones, Gabriel, and Diaz as well. So basically no Estupiñán in this team, only Jason Steele at 4.5 million. Now there is some merit to go without Estupiñán, because some of us are with the thinking that if we're only going to want him for 3 game weeks where his fixtures are good, and then after that we're going to sell him, maybe we don't really want to go for Estupiñán. And actually the same logic kind of then applies to Jason Steele as well, where after game week 3 his fixtures aren't great. So this is actually where I kind of disagree with the AI pick, where Jason Steele I feel is not a player or a keeper that we should be going for. But of course, given that they have a great run of first 3 fixtures, I think AI has factored this into the model, and that's why at 4.5 million, he is in AI's final draft. Now, in the defense, there's John Stones, Gabriel, and Ruben Diaz. So one look and we see it's a double Manchester City defense. 5.5 million for both of these players. Personally, I do feel like both of them, right, even though they play for a Manchester City defense that have great fixtures going into the season, I actually don't want to go for either of these players personally, and for a couple of reasons. I think from an attacking standpoint, both of them are not the most attacking defenders that we have out there. There's Chilwell, there's Trent Alexander-Arnold, there's Estupiñán that we just mentioned, there's Luke Shaw even. So I feel like going for 2 Manchester City defenders may not be the best idea. But of course, AI comes from a perspective where the predicted clean sheets for these players are really high, and of course John Stones has that slight goal threat when he plays in the inverted fullback role in the midfield 2 beside Rodri, even though in the Community Shield we did not see much of that. But if he does feature in that position, there is actually every chance that John Stones can be quite attacking. Diaz as well, his attacking threat from corners is really good. So there is some merit as well from the AI's perspective, but personally I don't think that these are picks that I agree with. Gabriel, that's a different story. 5.0 million, easy, cheap entry into an Arsenal defense that have a great run of fixtures, and Gabriel has decent goal threat from set pieces as well. So I do think like the Gabriel pick I'm fine with, but actually pretty much the rest of the players I don't really think I'll be going for. So later on at the end of the video, we're going to be making some changes using the Fantasy Football Hub transfer planner and try to tweak this team a little bit. But for now, let's carry on and let's take a look at the midfielders. So in midfield, there's Saka, Odegaard, Bruno Fernandes, Mitoma, and Marcus Rashford. Now, all of these players I don't really have any qualms with. I actually do like this midfield. Double Arsenal, double Manchester United, and single Brighton in Kaoru Mitoma. So for Saka and Odegaard, both of them are pretty much nailed. Both at 8.5 as well, and are likely to play majority of Arsenal's games going into the season. So both of them offer different things. Saka attacks from the wing. Odegaard is more of the playmaker role as well. He will be in the middle, getting a lot of space, and probably the one that will be taking shots from outside the box as well. So in last season, he kind of outperformed his expected goals. So I do think like going forward into the season, we could see a little bit of a drop off, and that's why some people are going for Martinelli at 8 million instead. But personally, because Odegaard is slightly more nailed, I think it is worth the 0.5 million to go for Odegaard if you are looking to keep him long term. Right, talking about Fernandes and Marcus Rashford, both of them, right, are also pretty much nailed to start for Manchester United and have different, they offer different things as well. Fernandes is on penalties and he's very good for assist and chance creation there. For Marcus Rashford, he's likely going to play centre forward for Manchester United because Rasmus Højlund is currently not fit to play. So Marcus Rashford at a centre forward position is someone that I think can really profit and get a lot of FPL returns for us. Kaoru Mitoma, 6.5 million. Brighton have 3 great fixtures going into the season. After that, I think you could start to look to ship away Brighton assets as well, right? But Mitoma at 6.5 million is incredible value into a Brighton attack that has been really good even throughout the whole of last season even, right? So he's a player that I think will start to profit really well from the get-go as well. Now, let's take a look at the forwards. So up front, it's Erling Haaland and Callum Wilson. Erling Haaland, I don't need to mention much about him, but Callum Wilson holding that 8 million spot later on. Maybe you want to go for Jesus when he's back from injury, or maybe Nkunku at 7.5, or maybe even jumping onto Darwin Núñez if he starts to explode once the season begins, right? That price point is very important, and there's a couple of players we can go for. Ollie Watkins is one of them, and then of course Callum Wilson, as we see here, is another option. Now personally, I actually prefer Ollie Watkins to Callum Wilson because of the fixtures, but I do understand why AI has kind of picked Callum Wilson as well. Pretty much nailed to start in that centre forward position for Newcastle United, who have been scoring loads of goals in pre-season. Callum Wilson, of course, on penalties as well, and when he plays, aside from the fact that he may get injured here and there because he's pretty injury prone, but when he gets the minutes, he's someone that kind of gets the goals, and he's always in that right position, that kind of a poacher finish as well. So I do understand why AI has gone for him. On the bench, we have Macy, Baldock, Bayer, and Osula. So Macy is actually a keeper that has been playing for Luton Town in the preseason game, so there is talk about how we may potentially have a 4.0 keeper in Macy, but I do feel like Turner from Arsenal is someone playing for Nottingham Forest, is someone that is a little bit better as a 4.0 million option. So once Turner has completed his signing for Nottingham Forest, FPL should correct that, and when he becomes a Nottingham Forest player in the game, we can start to replace Macy with him. For Baldock and Bayer, I don't think you can go too far away from 4 of the 4.0 million options in Baldock, Bayer, Bell, and Kabori, right? So as of now, I do feel like Kabori is the pick of the bunch, but you can't go too far away from Baldock and Bayer as well. Lastly, Osula is a 4.5 million forward playing for Sheffield United, who has the best chance of starting for Sheffield United at this point in time. It's him or Mubama from West Ham. So for the 4.5 million forwards, I think you have two options here, and AI has chosen Osula as well. Both of them have pretty good chances of starting for their respective teams, so I do understand that pick as well. So let me know what you guys think about this 352. Has AI achieved perfection in this draft? Will you make any changes? Let me know down in the comments below. And let's take a look now at the Fantasy Football Hub transfer planner. I'm going to make some changes to this draft. So as you guys can see, this is the Fantasy Football Hub website, and basically AI's best Game Week 1 team according to the AI model that Fantasy Football Hub uses. As we shown in the graphic just now, these are all the players. So Steele, Gabriel, Stones, Ruben Diaz, Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Saka, Odegaard, and Mitoma in midfield. The front two of Haaland and Wilson, and then the bench as well. So what I've done is I've loaded this team into the transfer planner, and basically when you are in the transfer planner, they give you the predicted points. They also give you the team rating here at 100%. So basically, AI has recommended this draft as the perfect draft, and obviously they're going to have a team rating of 100% as well. They have a game week specific rating for this team of 99% as well, right? So taking a look at these players, there are a couple of changes, as I mentioned, that I would make. So in terms of going for a 4.5 million keeper, currently the pick of the bunch for me is actually John Stone, because Crystal Palace's fixtures I think are pretty decent if we're going for a long run keeper. Right, so aside from John Stone, there's other options. If Raya moves to either Bayern Munich or even Arsenal, right, which is the club that he's linked to right now, then maybe Flecken from Brentford could be in the mix as well. There is, of course, another 4.5 option in Jordan Pickford, but for now, let's put John Stone in there as well, right? And then, of course, let's make some changes to the defense. So personally, I think like John Stones and Ruben Diaz, I would actually swap both of them out. I want to go for Estupinian here. Right, so I'm going to take John Stones out and I'm going to put Estupinian in. For the second defender in Ruben Diaz, I'll also remove him and I'll probably put in someone like a Ben Chilwell, right? Because moving forward, the fixtures are pretty good for Chelsea. You may not want to start with Chilwell, but I think from a long-term perspective, Ben Chilwell has decent long-term potential as well. Right, the midfield five, I'm perfectly fine with. Callum Wilson, I think I'll take him out and I'll probably replace him with Ollie Watkins. That's just my own preference, right? So taking a look at this team now, yes, I do agree that the team rating has dropped a little bit. The game week rating has also dropped a little bit. But at this point, there are a couple of positives to this draft that we see right here. There's 0.5 million in the bank. In terms of flexibility, that's a little bit better. And in terms of the specific players and the long-term projection for this team, I actually do like it as well. Now, with the extra 0.5 million in the bank, you can actually consider taking Bayer out and upgrading him to someone like a Matty Cash as well, right? To take advantage of Aston Villa's good fixtures. And of course, then he can be the first defensive option on the bench. Right, so as for Messi and Osula, I think you can choose to go for other 4.0 keepers, like maybe Turner when he's listed as a Nottingham Forest player. You can also go for Mubama at a 4.5 spot for the last forward spot. But aside from that, I think I wouldn't make much changes to this draft other than the ones that I've already made. So let me know what you guys think of the changes that I've made to this team. Do you agree with these changes? The team rating has dropped a little bit, but of course, my perspective has always been, right, that we use all the information available to us, whether it's AI, whether it's the eye test, whether it's our personal gut feel, combine everything together, and then we try to make the best decisions that we can. So let me know what you think of this team. Drop it in the comments below, and of course, check out Fantasy Football Hub. Loads of useful tools here. Aside from this transfer planner as well, there's other things like team reveals, right? A lot of articles from players who are pretty experienced as well, as you see right here, right? Loads of team reviews, and then of course there are other tools that you see here like the transfer planner. There's also Opta Stats as well, which is a very useful tool to have, and many other interesting things. Just check them out. Click the link in the description and let me know what you think of Fantasy Football Hub as well. But for now, that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one really soon. Bye-bye.